let us understand how the money works. Basically, how do we build our wealth, right? So when we are young, right, taking care of our family is our highest priority, kind of like, when we are younger, we have a lot more responsibilities. So ఈ గ్రాఫ్ ఏంటంటే బ్లూ గ్రాఫ్. సో వాట్ ఇట్ సేస్ ఇస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ లైక్ law of decreasing responsibility, right? When we are young, there's a lot of responsibilities. When we are young, we don't have a lot of money. Law of building wealth. So we accumulate wealth over a period of time, right? So what will happen in case if something happens to, to the family, right? What if someone dies too soon? What if someone dies too soon? What are the things that need to be taken care, right? Probably he may have his debt. So, and he also has some income need to be replaced. If someone dies, right? So his family will still have to go through the monthly expenses, correct? Right? So, and so he still need to go through, his mortgage payments and stuff like that, right? And even though he's not there, his family, his kids have to go through some education and there will be some expenses there. These are all the responsibilities. Even if the person dies, the responsibilities will not go away. They will fall, they will become a more burden to the family, right? So how do we ensure that this person, whoever is kind of like trying to plan for his financial things, right? So so he needs an insurance and protection planning. What is that insurance and protection planning? The gap between the responsibilities versus the wealth that he has. He need to have that much of insurance or protection planning, right? Is this clear?
Yes.
Now let's try to understand, what if someone lives too long? This is also a problem, right? So how do we ensure that he has enough money for his requirements? What are the requirements that he have? He need to have emergency funds in case if something, a job cut or something like that happens. He need to make sure that he has some money to take care of his expenses, right? Second thing is, if he has kids, he need to save for his kids college education, right? And he need to make sure that he is not paying a lot of taxes on the money that he's growing. He need to make sure that his retirement is tax free. You need to make sure the money that he is investing, he do not lose that money when the market goes down, right? And how can he leave some money, that whatever that he is saving, to his next generation, where they don't need to pay a lot of taxes?
Okay.
Right? So all these things are important, right?
డౌన్ మార్కెట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఏంటండి?
మార్కెట్ పడిపోయినప్పుడు మార్కెట్లో డబ్బులు పోకుండా ఉంచుకోగలగాలి.
అదేదా? ఓకే, సరే, దాని గురించి.
So I'll explain that in one of the slides. Okay, so we'll touch base on that.
Yeah.
So what if something in between happens? What is in between? A disability or a long-term care thing, right? So somebody went out in his own car and he came out disabled.
That's right.
Right? So right. So I mean, so it's kind of like, so it's kind of like, you need to plan your 360 degrees, right? So when somebody is writing an application or software or something like that, so they check all the corner cases and all, right? So life is also like that, is unpredictable sometimes. So so all these things need to be taken care in somebody's life. So if we are working so hard for our money, so it is very important that how we use that money responsibly, right? So that's what this picture actually says, right? So we help on every other aspect of whatever that has been discussed here.
live too long అనే దానికి కూడా ఉంది.
Yeah, right. So securing your financial house, right?
Right.
So how do you secure your financial house? First thing is, important thing is protection planning, right? After that, emergency funds. Third one is debt management. Fourth one is investments, right? So for many people, they focus on investments. They don't focus on, kind of like ensuring that, they have protection, emergency funds, debt management. So for many people, this pyramid will be reversed, right? So when this pyramid is reversed, what will happen? When the investments go down, they'll think, oh my God, what is going to happen to me tomorrow?
Right. For secure the base.
Yeah, secure the base. So if you have protection planning, let's say you have $3 million as an insurance for you. No matter what, whatever happens, your family is secured, right? They can do, they can plan the required things if they have right financial education, right? So they can plan whatever they want, even if you are not there. Correct?
Right.
So, so investments will keep going down, keep going up. So based on that, if your mind works, then it is very difficult. So make sure you have protection planning, you have emergency funds. In case if something goes wrong, you need to have emergency funds, right? So if a job cut happens, things like that, emergency funds are very important. After that, debt management comes. After that, investments. Let's say if you are paying 24% credit card loan, no investment will give you 24% return, right? No investment will give you 24% return per year. So you need to make sure that your debt is properly managed before you go and invest into something else, right? So this education is very, very important. Making sure that your financial house is in proper shape. Prioritize what is the priority. And, so focus on potential financial security first, and eventually potential financial success will eventually come, right? If you go in right ways.